Hello and welcome to a video I've actually been meaning to do for a while now. This is something I'm extremely excited about. This is going to be my tf2 weapon tier list based purely on how many marshmallows I think could fit inside of each of the items. So, let's begin. To explain, we have the tiers. There's lots of mallows, some mallows, so not a lot, but some. A few mallows, and then no mallows. I do not think that there's any mallows that could fit in this. Um, so I guess we'll just start off at the beginning with the stock sapper, which by the way we do have quite a few here to go through. So yeah, let's get going. I tried to get a good one that included like a pretty all-encompassing list. I don't think this is everything, especially because like it doesn't seem like it includes reskins, which is kind of sad. But the last tier list I looked at, that one just yeah, that one was literally just a golden wrench and nothing else. So this is much better than that one. So we're gonna go with this one. Anyway, so start off with the sapper. I guess. Well, this is the red tape. There's the sapper. Let's. I guess now we need to talk about the rules of this real quick because I feel like the only way I'd be able to fit anything into either of these first two is if there was, like you hollowed it out. Because there isn't really a hole for me to put anything in. But I feel like if I hollowed it out, I would definitely be able to put some mallows. If I hollowed it out, I think for both of them, it would be some mallows. Because, you have all that space in there. You could just keep shoving mallows in there until it stops, right? Yeah, so I'm actually pretty confident with that one. I'm quite proud of that. Dead Ringer. Okay, I guess we're starting with Spy and then going down the class list. Yeah, we end with Scout. Okay, so the Dead Ringer. While this one I don't think hollowing it out would actually be effective at all because it seems like a pretty thin device. I feel like we'd be able to fit at least a few mallows in between the cap and like the actual watch itself, like between the glass there. You might be able to squish one or two in there if you squeeze hard enough. So I'm gonna put that under a few mallows. Which yeah. Okay. Oh, now I'm thinking because I'm thinking about the other watches, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing. You can't really squeeze anything in there. But in theory, you could put some mallows between the watch and your wrist. I'm not sure how much that counts, though. One second. Okay, admittedly, I am asking for help. I'm asking support here. And I am kind of changing the question because I feel like especially with the Dead Ringer one, while that is technically inside, I'm changing the question to how many mallows that the item can hold, not just how many can fit inside of it, because otherwise we end up with a lot of them that are just nothing, like swords and God, no. Okay, guys, we got confirmation. I just kind of screamed, but that's fine. We have now officially been confirmed that these two watches can hold mallows. They can hold mallows. Willmatic confirmed. I will show the screenshots. This is so good. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm just very excited. Okay. So if those can now, like if these guys can now hold things because of that, right? Then that means that the Spicicle can also hold mallows. Like probably just a few. I'm gonna go with some because it's quite a long stick. But yeah, like, that means that can hold mallows now. Because you can just jab them on there, right? Similarly, I'm going to go with that can also hold some mallows. I'm going with probably like 4 or 5. So I'm going to put above a few mallows because I see a few mallows is like 1, 2, or 3, right? And then some is like the next little bit afterward. And then after, you get to a lot, right? But anyway, some mallows there. However, I think the kunai, right? I think it gets too thick too fast. And so it ends up being only a few mallows. Because you can only put like 1 or 2 on there before it becomes too thick and just tears the mallow apart. Similarly, I think the same about the Eternal Reward. I think the same because it just seems like it's too thick. That like once you get past that initial point, it's just gonna cut the mallow in half. Maybe I'm underestimating mallows. Like you could flatten them a little bit and then shove them on there. That might help, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm just playing it safe and going with a few mallows. And then, okay, I'm putting the stock knife into some mallows. Because I feel like that one, it's not thick. It's not much of a thick boy, right? So you can still put them on the blade, but also you can squeeze the mallows into the handle, right? So you have a few on the blade, few on the handle, right? Extra mallows. Look, okay. This is going fantastically. Okay, Diamondback. Okay, I'm gonna go with some mallows. I'm gonna explain why. So you can shove them down the barrel, which I feel like you'd be able to get like 3 down the barrel. It's kind of thin, but you can also shove them into the bullet holes. And in theory, each one of those bullet holes could hold maybe half a mallow. So you now have 3 mallows plus another 3 you shoved down the barrel. Now, the Enforcer, on that note, is kind of on the cutoff between the two. I'm still going to put it in some mallows, because I think it could hold 5. The barrel is thicker, but it's really short. Yeah, same, but the opposite for the Let Ranger, the RGLgg, as the French would say. So, yeah, it's got a very thin barrel, but it's a lot longer, so I think it evens out to about 5 marshmallows. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And then the Ambassador, I'm gonna go with that's solidly next to the Diamondback. It's about the same. Because the barrel seems about the same length, and yeah, so I don't know why I bothered ordering these. These are not in any specific order. But yeah, that's a thing. And Revolver I'm gonna put in the same spot. I feel like some mallows or a few, yeah, I think it's gonna kind of bell curve is what my guess is at the end. It's gonna be kind of a bell curve. Shahanshaw. That one, it seems too thick. Cause what I'm thinking, so it's for sure gonna be a few mallows, right? But the question is, how many mallows could you get to just stick on the side? Like mostly put on? Does that count as carrying a mallow if it could just, like, does that count as holding a mallow if it could fall off? You know, like if you turn it wrong? I'm gonna go with no. That's my go. So I'm gonna say it could hold 1 on the tip, maybe 2 more on like the hilt parts. I guess 1 more could also fit on the hilt of the ewer. You could shove it in there. But I don't think that's enough to classify this to go up to some mallows, you know? Similarly, I'm gonna also put the bushwacka down there because I think it can only really fit one on the end. Yeah, same with the normal. But the Tribalman Shiv, however, this one's interesting because it has that kind of serrated side. So I feel like you could put one on the end and like a bunch on the side. So I'm gonna go with some mallows. Definitely some mallows there. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, we got our first lots of mallows. I think it's obvious why. You have this whole backpack here. You have so many pockets. You also have a jar that you can put things in and a cup. That's a lot of mallows. That is so many mallows. Oh, that one's exciting. Similarly, I think I have to put these two up there as well. Similar reasoning to why I put the watches there, because they, in theory, since they're tied to the sniper's back, could hold mallows against the sniper's back and keep them in place that way, you know? Yeah. Oh, there's a fly. Ugh. Who let flies in my house? Ugh. I dropped stuff. Then we got Cleaner's Carbine. I'm gonna go with some mallows. Cause like, so the revolvers had the advantage here because they have the places to put the bullets into, and I was thinking, well, this only has a barrel, but that's not true. It also has the little clip magazine thing here, and you could probably shove a few mallows into there. So you got the few mallows that are in the barrel here, and a few mallows that are in there. Think about it. Similarly, the normal SMG also going in there because it has that little clip that you can shove some mallows into. And in theory, actually, you could probably shove a mallow and just have it between the little aimer thingy. The iron sight, right? Put it there. Boom. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. Next, we have... Oh, that is one long barrel. That is a long barrel on the classic there. Oh, the other snipers as well. Yeah, I'm going to go with that's a long barrel. So that's going to be some mallows just purely shoved into the barrel. And it has that little part at the bottom. Okay, I don't think the magazine is enough to move it into lots of mallows. But I think it's enough to, keep it into some. I feel like the barrel itself is enough to keep it into some, but I don't think the magazine adds enough to push it into lots of mallows. You know what I mean? It's just top of some mallows. Similarly, this one without the clip at all, same length. Oh, that's no. Okay, now on the other hand, this lots of mallows, right? Because you have the long barrel, but also you have the sight. Like, that's an underrated part that you can shove mallows into. And, like, realistically, I mean, like, you could shove mallows into the sights of all of these. Like, they're thick enough, right? So you have that long barrel, which pushes you into some mallows, but then you also have that thick boy scope, right? And that is, like, you knock out that glass, right? Especially on this one, which I don't even know if there's glass in there, right? It just seems like a tube to me. You could just shove more mallows in there, right? Think about it. That's a lot of mallows. It's a good amount of mallows that you can carry in there. You only take out the front one, and then all you have to do is just hold it pointing to the sky, and none of them fall out. That is a perfect mallow carrying vessel. That's great. Well, I mean, this is the perfect Malo carrying vessel, but like, surprise, surprise. No. 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 Anyway, so this one, it has that serrated end. And so I think similarly to the Trebleman's Shiv, I feel like you'd be able to put them on the serrated side. Because you can very much see, I don't know how it's going to show up in the recording. Here, let me zoom in a little. So you can very much see those like serrated edges there. Unlike the bone saw, which you really can't see them at all, I'd argue maybe like you could. No, I'm gonna put no. Where that one doesn't really, like, you can barely see the serratedness. Like, it's not as jagged. You probably couldn't stick something onto that serratedness. But with these two, you definitely could. However, these two literally are just spikes. Like, that one goes into some. This one goes into a few, because you have, like, the few, like, two maybe that can fit onto that spike. And then maybe another one on the point down there. But I feel like the two on the spike are going to knock it off. Either way, that's a good amount of mallows. You just need a snack. You whip out your Uber saw, take a bite of your mallow. Think about it. Okay, next we have the vaccinator. I'm debating if that's some mallows. No, that's lots of mallows. Okay, so there's that tank at the bottom, right? But you also have this whole tube that goes all the way to your back. That's part of it. So, like, all of these are lots of mallows, right? They all have to be because they have that tank that goes to your back. It's honestly ideal. Like, you have mallows, and let's say you want to share. You want to share with a friend? You just Uber onto them. Give them the mallows that way. Think about it. It's perfect. It's just perfect. This is a great way to give someone mallows. Now we got these ones. Okay. So I think you could probably fit. I'm gonna put some mallows. Okay. This is another one where I'm debating if it's some mallows or lots of mallows, because there's this box here and okay, lots of mallows, because the barrel kind of, I think, pushes it over the edge. Oh gosh, I need to zoom out. So the barrel, I think, pushes it over the edge because you shove them down the barrel and you shove them into this little lunchbox thingy, and then you got lots of mallows. Very portable, shootable, lots of mallows. Similarly, I'm going to put this one up here because of these, like both of these, because you have the little containers there and the barrel, which I think those all combined push it into lots of mallows territory, While the Crusader's crossbow, because it doesn't have that barrel, it's just kind of like all that bit, I feel like keeps it into the some mallows territory, Truly proving that Medic's worst primary is the Crusader's crossbow. Next, we have the wrenches. Okay, now this is interesting because all of these, at least these four, I don't know about that one yet, all of these four, right? Those all can hold at least one between the clamps, right? At least one. I say at least one because I feel like this one can only hold one because it's got that little spike there. So that one goes into a few mallows. But these two, okay, I think they all go into a few mallows because I don't think any of them could hold more than 3, That's the real issue with wrenches, is that they hold very few mallows. And I think that's a problem. Okay, now this one I'm actually going to put into some mallows, and you might be surprised why. So, like, when we were talking about the backpacks, the watches, right? the NG's cut off hand, right? The arm has to go somewhere. And where that arm goes, lots of mallows. You can also just use it as a cup, right? Okay, not lots of mallows. I didn't mean to use that terminology. There's some mallows. It's a little cup, basically. It's a cup of mallows with a hand holder. Well, a hand stand. You can use it as a stand, I guess. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a nice little decoration. Similarly, also, hand stand. You just use it like a cup. Well, I guess this one's not a handstand. But you can like balance it on here, have a cup of mallows just with you. No, Wrangler is really bad at carrying mallows. Wrangler is really bad at carrying mallows. On the other hand, though, I think the Widowmaker could probably hold some mallows. Because it's got the barrel, right? But it also has this rotating thing here. Potentially, you know what? Lots of mallows. Because of this rotating thing looks very thick, boy, right? Especially with how long it is, right? A long, thick boy holds lots of mallows. Think about it. Now this one just has a long barrel, but I don't think it has anything more going for it, you know? That's a lot of things that can carry lots of mallows. I didn't actually expect that many. I guess we haven't really seen too many that carry no mallows. So, you know, we'll get there. But yeah, I would say that that's some mallows just because the barrel's long, but it doesn't seem like it has the advantage of the big chamber at the bottom. This one, however, I don't think can carry any mallows. It doesn't seem spiky enough to carry a few mallows. Maybe on like the spikes that are there. These seem rounded. Okay, I got confirmation from an admin. A few mallows is the correct answer here. And I'm gonna put some mallows for Frontier Justice goes into the some mallows category. However, I did realize that we have been improperly scoring things since the beginning because we kind of made an exception for these two where we hollowed them out, right? But I don't think that should be the case. I thought about it, and if we hollow out the weapons, it's not going to really make any sense. Because then this one would be able to hold a lot, right? You know, it doesn't work. So I think I'm going to move these down to a few mallows. And you might be confused why I'm not moving them down to none. And that's because you could fit mallows underneath the little spindly doodles here. You could fit mallows under there. And you could fit a mallow, like the handle part. You could fit mallow and just squeeze it into the handle, kind of pinch it in there. Right? I think you could do it. Oh, now we get the fun ones. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. Lots of mallows. Just lots of mallows. Because you have the glove, right? And the glove itself, like you just shove the mallows into the tops, right? Just shove them into the arm part. And Heavy's got big hands, right? So these are big mittens. Just shove them in there. Just shove the mallows in, right? Similarly, Fists of Steel, all the other boxing gloves, right? Just shove them in there, right? Just shove them in, right? It's honestly fantastic and ideal. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 8. Okay, I'm putting 8 into the some mallows category. Similarly, that one's also 8. Okay, these are getting moved to lots of mallows, and I'll explain why. Because originally my thinking was you put mallows on the ends, right? Which this one actually can hold more than one mallow per like spike, right? Like, because those are long spikes, so this one probably should have been up here anyway. But right, like with the watches, you know, put the mallows between your hand and the glove, right? Like this one, you just hold one in each of your fingers, so that's 8. plus 8, right? And then you can have them in your palm pressed against the bottom part, right? Like, that's pretty great. And then, well, I guess that one might not work because you have to, like, close your hand. But either way, 8 per, you know, that's more than 8 in a single, like, total, you know? That's pretty great. So that pushes it into lots of mallows. And then over here, you can, you know, you can probably fit 8 per anyway because of the claws, right? But you can also fit under by your hand. So quite a lot of mallows there. Oh, this one's exciting. Heavy's hands are... Gosh, I guess I haven't really measured how many mallows I think I can handle. Because his hands are definitely bigger than mine. Let's see. I'm going with lots of mallows. I think Heavy is a mallow holding goat. That's what we're going with. Mallow holding goat. No mallows. No. Disgusting. However, right? You could put the mallows, just put them in where the banana was. You know, there's a bite taken out. Put them where the banana was. So that's a few mallows right there. This one, I think you might be able to put them underneath the wrapper, but it's debatable because I'm not sure if... I don't think that counts. I don't think you'd be able to close the wrapper around it enough for it to hold. So that one's a definite no. However, the sandwich, right? Just put it in between the layers, right? Then when you're holding the sandwich, you're holding them all closed. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, I'm going to go with a few, though, because I feel like once you get past a few, you can't really hold it closed anymore. And then they're just going to go everywhere, and you'll lose ingredients of the sandwich. Long barrel. It's a shotgun. Oh boy, lots of mallows. 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 It's got those big drums and all the barrels. There's so many barrels to shove things into. There's so many places you could put mallows. Oh, it's honestly ideal. Honestly ideal. Sorry, I'm trying to get through this quick. We've been here quite a while. I wanna see if I can get through it, you know. So this one, I feel like you could put one on each spike. That's what I'm going with. Just mallow. This one, 3. One in the end, one on each of the... okay, no. We're moving up to 5. One on the end, one on each of the spike, and then you get the 2 on the end, right? Olive Pool Caber. I'm going with none. Just because I feel like if we took the top off, right, that wouldn't really count anymore. I wish they also had the exploded one, because the exploded one, I would say a few mallows. You know what? I'm going to go with a few mallows. Just because the exploded one can hold a few mallows, because you just put it in there and you just balance it, right? Just plop them in the ends, just bend the ends back up. I'm making hand motions to a camera that isn't turned on. It's weird. Okay, you can at least fit one on the spike at the end. But I don't think these corners are sharp enough to, angled correctly to keep a mallow on there. Oh my god, I'm yawning. Ugh, I should sleep more. Why am I recording this in 60 FPS? Seems like a lot. Now you have a boring one. Can only fit the one in the end. Maybe 2 here. I'm not sure how blunt those are. The Islander, you can only fit. Yeah, you can fit quite a few mallows in there. I don't think you can fit any on there. I feel like all the pointy bits are too either blunted down or... Yeah, I would say they're too blunt to hold anything. Like this little spike here is a maybe, but I feel like it's too blunt. But you could... okay, never mind. We're moving the shields up. Oh, God. So, the reason I'm moving it up... The reason I moved it up is because, you know, you can put them between your arm and the shield. That's a place to store mallows. Right? Then that one has a spike, so that one's easy. And that one you can also put them between your hand and the shield. I'm trying to think of how relatively big those chambers are compared to a mallow, you know? I think I gotta put them all in lots of mallows. Also these. I just, like, the projectiles are just so big. Like, how could they not be in lots of mallows, right? Same with these. You could fit, like, enough mallows to qualify in just one of these barrels, right? Just like, you're just saying. Let's see. I'm gonna put some mallows. I don't think that they're tall enough, especially in the back, to hold like a bunch of mallows in one. But I feel like you could shove mallows into the tips of the feet, as long as they don't go too far back, you know? The hot hand, let's see. I'm gonna go with some mallows. Similar to up here, except you only have one, and it's smaller, you know? I leaned back in my chair, so now it's quiet. Okay, here I'm going to go with a few mallows, and that might surprise some people. Because some people are like, what? Where are you going to put a mallow? Underneath the neon. You put it between the neon and the sign part. There's a little gap there. You just shove the mallow in. It's not going to move. Right? Think about it. Okay, then there's the little spike there, so that can fit a few mallows. This one, I'm still gonna go with a few mallows. No, okay, some mallows, because it can fit two on the ends there. I feel like that was spiked. But would they melt off? Okay, now we're getting into the question, right? Would the mallows melt off? And I'm gonna go with this cannot hold any mallows, because the mallows would simply melt. That is my conclusion. If you are mad about it, you can yell in my DMs. You can comment angrily. I do not care. That is my assessment. That marshmallows would burn and melt, and they would fall off. There you go. That's what I'm going with. Fight me. Okay? Fight me. Now we have... You can fit quite a few mallows. I'm gonna... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you could fit plenty of mallows on there. Well, some mallows. Not plenty of mallows. I should have made the categories better. I'm sorry. So many of them are in lots of mallows. I did not intend that. I thought it would be more even. Just yell at me in the comments. Make me feel bad. Power jack. Okay, so I'm confident about the homewrecker, right? However, I am not confident about the power jack because the power jack, right? It has that little handle thing. I don't remember how far away the handle is from the rest of it. In theory, you might be able to pinch in there, you know? This one's rough. Okay, I'm gonna go with it's not gonna happen. That's what I'm going with. This one I'm going with. It doesn't. That's not happening. This can definitely fit quite a few because you can shove them underneath the barbed wire as well as on the ends. So actually some because of the barbed wire there. However, that one can only fit one just on the spike there. Oh, putting it right next to the other special boy, right? And then I got the 3 buddy old pals here. Oh boy. Those are literally containers. You could put so many mallows in there. So many mallows. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. No. Let's see. You can do. I'm gonna go with a mallow on the end. That's my only guess for the man melter. The other ones, however, are for sure. I'm gonna go with some mallows, right? I go with some mallows because I feel like they can fit at least 5 into the barrel because it's like a thick barrel, you know? Oh, that's a controversial one, actually. We'll get back to that. These ones, however... that's another great one. These ones, however, because they have that container there, right? This one also has a container. Okay, I have to go with the container. Because I thought it would be controversial because, like, it might go down to some mallows because it doesn't have, like, a full-on barrel like the other ones do. It's kind of like the Thompson and the Man Melter, but... No, it does have that storage container. So I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, escape plan. I think can fit a mallow similarly to the equalizer there. Fit a mallow at the end. This could probably fit a mallow in the end of the whip, the disciplinary action. So I'm gonna put it there. No, wait. That's the market gardener, right? Okay, both of these I think can fit at least one mallow, because the shield, right? It can fold up and down. It can fold up and down. So you just put the mallow in between the fold. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I'm running out of space here. Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Okay, we still have quite a few. Half Zatuichi, the Gucci Zuchi. You could shove one on the end. That seems too thick. Right? That nail? Maybe that's just me. It seems more like a train nail, like a train station nail, right? It seems like a thick boy. I think I'm gonna put it on a 1, just because I feel bad, you know. Okay. Lots of mallows because it's got the barrel, right? But it also has that drum there. Oh, I'm already out of space again. The bison. Okay, let's see. So we got I think you can fit one on the top, but that's all I'm going with. Just shove them on the end. Maybe two. Seems like a long spike. Oh, shoes? Lots of mallows. Just shove them in there. Shove them in the shoes. You even got two. Backpacks. Backpacks. Oh, wait. Not that one. Boom. Carrying backpacks, right? The reason I say not this one is because this one's like electric. It's like a battery. The mallows would get ruined if you put them in there. No. I don't want my mallows to be batteryized. That would be terrible. I am so tired. I have no idea why, but I am so tired. I want to sleep so bad. Why did I do this? Why? Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. No. It melts. Yes. Now, this one has a lot of spikes. This one you can shove them in between because it's wrapping paper. There's a hole in the center. Just shove them in there, you know? Right? Okay, no. Well, okay, put them in the ribbon. No. Lots. Okay. Lots, I think. Some. You got one per barrel, and then, like, the clip. So I'm gonna go with some. Okay, lots. I think all of the rocket launchers are pretty much gonna be lots. Shotguns, I'm gonna go with some, because you got the barrel, but not much else. Ooh. Oh. Drop things again. I gotta stop doing that. Ugh. God, this is terrible content. Ugh. Let's see what else is there. Oh god. I think. Oh gosh. No. No matter what I do, it's gonna scroll. I don't have the space for this. I really do not have the space. Okay, lots. I'm gonna go with lots, because it's a jar. You can just kind of shove them in there. Ooh, I got a text. Ooh, I'm popular. Oh, it's not a text. It's my bank telling me I need to pay them. Let's see. I don't think you could fit too many in there. Partially, okay, you also go there. Partially because it would be difficult to shove them into the little holes. Let's see. We got. I'm gonna go with none. I can't really tell. Like, I can't really look in and see, but I'm gonna go with none. That one could fit a few. These are kind of small, which is why it's only a few. And then we got a lot. I'm gonna go with a lot for these. Okay. Now I'm gonna. Okay. I gotta zoom out. I'm gonna take the screenshot and I gotta ask opinion. After a long conversation and a lot of discussions, a few things have changed. For example, you can use both of the shields as plates, essentially, and carry them that way. I still didn't move the Tide Turner because I just don't think that that's possible with it because of all the holes. However, the Boston Basher was also moved up to lots of mallows because you can put, I think they said it 2 on each spike. I think you might be able to only fit one, and then the second one would probably fall off shortly after when the first one expands. But you never know. So I'm gonna put it into lots of mallows though, because one per spike. And yeah, this is the final tier list. I hope you enjoyed. Type in the comments what you think I did poorly. Tell me I'm cute. That's important to me. I need some validation. Okay, that's the end of the video. Bye.